Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another 30 Days on Fire video. So today I want to talk about something very near and dear to my heart. Old people. That's right, elderly individuals. I love old people. And I know that's not a sentiment many people share. In my blog, I've mentioned that in these 30 days pursuing what sets my soul on fire, I've been spending time with a man I met on care.com. If you haven't heard of care.com, it's a network to connect people that need help with people who can help. So parents looking for nannies, individuals looking for personal assistance, or elderly care. So yes, I met an elderly man, 87 years young, on care.com, and now I go spend time with him just as a friend 3 days a week. I know people are more than happy to volunteer with kids or animals, and I think that's awesome, but I don't know that many people who spend their time volunteering with elderly people. Maybe it's because if you're young, old people make you uncomfortable, or you think nursing homes smell bad, or you think you're gonna have to change an adult diaper or give someone a sponge bath. Or maybe you just don't like being faced with the impending doom of your own mortality. I get that, really, I do. But old people need us, and there's a lot that we can learn from them too. We live in a youth-centric society, obsessed with feeling and looking and acting young. But sadly, a lot of the time that means elderly people are totally marginalized. They are cast aside, forgotten. They're not respected or revered like elderly people are in a lot of other cultures. I read this awesome article on BuzzFeed that talked about how other countries treat their elderly people, and it leaves a lot to be desired for those of us in the United States. Japan has a national holiday called Respect for the Aged. In China, elderly parents have the right to sue their adult kids if they don't come visit enough. In Scotland, they have an entire program dedicated to adapting homes so that when people get older and aren't as mobile, they can stay in their own houses and not have to move to an assisted living facility. Countries like these see their elders as assets, as wise carriers of tradition and knowledge and our heritage. Anyway, I'll stop giving a research report and tell you more about my friend. I'll call him D. In the short time we've been hanging out, he has really enriched my life. Yes, we are 60 years apart in age, but he's smart and funny and makes me laugh, and I have a great time hanging out with him. The other day, he said something funny, and I said, "D, you were a class clown growing up, weren't you?" And he said, "No, not really. I just think life is funny, and you can either fight that, or you can embrace it and enjoy every minute." I thought those were some of the wisest words I've ever heard. That's one of my favorite parts about hanging out with older people. They have so much wisdom to share. If only they had people to share it with. I want to give you 3 simple tips in case you're looking to volunteer with the elderly population, or if you just want to look for ways to better connect with your own grandparents. Number 1, see them as more than who they are in this exact moment. Old people have a rich, vibrant, spectacular history. They are more than just the 90-year-old in the wheelchair that you're talking to right now. They have so many memories and experiences that led them to this moment and made them who they are now. As the younger people in their lives, we need to recognize that. When we're 90 years old, we aren't going to want to be seen just as our 90-year-old selves, but we want people to remember all the extraordinary moments that led up to that 90th birthday. Ask about their past, and more importantly, truly listen when they tell you about it. Ask questions. Ask to see photo albums and yearbooks. Treat their past as an integral part of their present, and build upon that in your relationship. So my second word of advice when you're building a relationship with an older person is to treat them like that, a person. And not just a person, but an adult. Old people are still mature, smart, well-rounded people. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people talk to elderly people in a baby voice. They don't need to be treated with kid gloves. They're grown-ups. In fact, they're more grown up than we are. So my advice to you is that when you're talking to an elderly person, treat them with respect. Yes, have fun and be joyful. but treat them as your equal, not as someone that you're reaching down to take care of. My third tip when you're becoming friends with an older person or reconnecting with someone in your life is to be patient. Sure, your grandma might not know how to use the newest iPhone. They might not understand the instructions of the game the first time. They may need you to speak up or slow down. But the best gift that you can give is your time and your patience. I really believe that. When I'm hanging out with the older people in my life, I wish I had a journal so I could jot down all the incredible nuggets of wisdom that they share. If your experiences are anything like mine, you will learn more about yourself and take in more life lessons than you ever thought. So my advice to you is to reach out to the older people in your lives who you may not have talked to. Spend time with them. Take them out for ice cream, go to the movies. It doesn't have to be any big, extravagant gesture, but I guarantee you, you will not regret spending time with these people while they're still around. Obviously, elderly individuals vary in so many different ways. There's a wide spectrum of interests and abilities. So think carefully about the older people in your life and what you think would work to better communicate with them. In the end, all you can do is be there. The end of your life shouldn't be the loneliest time. I think we can all agree that when we're reaching the end of our journeys here on earth, we want people around us, talking to us, listening to us, supporting us, caring for us, making us laugh. And it's the least we can do to be there for the older people in our lives now. But don't just take my word for it, try it. So that's my tip of the day. Enrich your life by enriching the lives of the elderly people around you. I really don't think you'll regret it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time on 30 Days on Fire.